through millions of gestures, including what you're doing today, which is just so important.
Well, that's what it's all about, and I think everybody understands that. We've been checking in on the live stream on Facebook, and just tons of comments, outpouring of support for Michael Garron Hospital, for our community hospitals and our frontline healthcare workers. You guys are the best and have stepped up when we needed you most without any hesitation, and I think you're seeing that. You're seeing that response from the community right now.
We sure are. We feel the love in so many ways, through what you're doing, through the banging of the pots, the making of the noise every night that lifts their spirits, through some of the drive-bys around the hospital, for people honking their horns and telling us they love them, to the 40,000 masks that have been sewn and dropped off to Michael Garron to give to our patients, our visitors, and to deliver back into communities that are quite vulnerable and who need some cloth masks to help prevent the spread of COVID. So we have felt your love throughout, and it motivates us to work even harder and be sure we protect everybody through this terrible time.
It was so special to hear from nurse practitioners and doctors on our 24-hour journey who came on and told us the impact of this gift and told us the impact of the community being behind them and what they're dealing with every day. And we just continued to talk about it on our Zoom call. Everyone was so moved by it. Those stories, those experiences, I think really makes it very real for everyone, what we're doing right now and why this matters. And the cycling community, East End, Toronto, and everyone who participated has really responded. And we're just so grateful for all the work that you folks and your team are doing.
Yeah, well, we exist to serve our community. And we're 90 years old, probably 91 by now, and for a long time our organization has figured out how best to serve the community, and there's nothing like this, of course, that's challenged our families and our workers in our community and the world, honestly. But through some great teamwork and some cooperation from people who live in our neighborhoods, which is, and I'm just going to reiterate, having seen pictures on Twitter of people on the lakeshore today and down at the beach, etc. Just really important that we continue to plank this curve. And if it serves as any motivation, people, and you're all indoors, so I guess I'm preaching to the choir, but we still have 21 patients in our hospital who are admitted, who are sick, including 9 in the ICU. So this is not a theoretical illness. These are people who probably didn't think they were at any risk at all of getting COVID, and there they are really sick. And I'm sure if they could speak for themselves today, they would say, tell everybody to please stay home, please wash their hands, please be safe. Let's try to wipe this out as quickly as possible, because it's a terrible condition for all of us to be in. And I know it's a beautiful day out there. I've been out on my back deck trying to help my husband rebuild a bench. But it's just not safe to be out in our streets. There still is COVID, and we don't know who has it all the time. And we don't need to see any more people. Don't need to learn how to treat it any better. We'd love to say goodbye.
I think the progress, and you spoke about this, and Dr. Smith talked about it, we have been able to keep this contained. We've been able to keep it manageable, which is what it's all about, because of the collective action that we have all taken. And now is not the time to ease up on that. We really need to make sure that we square this off and take the steps necessary and go the distance on it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we just need to keep saying it. Say it to your neighbors, say it to your family members, say it to your colleagues, whoever it is in your life. Please just stay a little bit longer so we can get rid of it soon.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again for everything that you do. Michael Garron really is the heart of the East, and we are so grateful, and please be sure to let everyone know just how much you and the team and the frontline workers mean to us.
We will. I know a lot of people have been following you, Brad. I dialed in. I woke up at 1 in the morning, and I woke up again at 5 in the morning, wondering if you were still sitting up on your bike. And thank you for doing this. You've shown great leadership in pulling this thing together, and it's great to know all the people who've been on these calls and all the people cycling that really your commitment is extraordinary. So thank you.
Appreciate that. We'll speak with you soon. We're almost there.
Okay. Be safe.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks. Bye, Chris.
Awesome. awesome. It really puts it all into perspective for us as we come to the end of our journey here together. That's what it's all about. And following up on that, I know we have Mitze Mourinho, who's the president of the Michael Garrett Hospital Foundation. We heard from Mitze yesterday. Here she is. She was with her daughter as we were embarking on this journey together, and she is here with us at the end. And I wanted to just turn it over to Mitze for a few words as we all make our way to the finish line on this 24-hour Kush Yoga Challenge. How's it going, Mitze?
Oh, well, probably doing a bit better than you. I cannot believe it's been 23 hours and 20 minutes that you've been on that bicycle. That is unbelievable. I was talking to somebody a little earlier, and they asked me how I was feeling, and I said, tired, just watching. Just unbelievable. Sarah said it, and honestly, we couldn't thank you enough for the leadership that you've shown in pulling this together, and frankly, in making it what it is. It's just been a phenomenal ride, and really just wonderful for the hospital, for our frontline healthcare providers to know that they have people like you, people who are riding on this 24-hour cycling initiative, and for all of the donors that they know that they have all these people behind them and cheering them on. So thanks very much for everything that you've done for Michael Garrett Hospital.
That's great to hear, Mitze, and you know, I could not have done this without the people who put in the time and the energy and the effort and long hours in the bike. It's a lot of folks out there of our 400 riders. You know, the Lantern Rouge crew, working the graveyard shift with me, lap dogs. Tim Hawkins been riding since 4 in the morning. Diana Gonzalez got back on 2:30. Raphael, who's in Calgary, he was with us through so much of the night. Jessica, her father-in-law is in the ICU right now on a ventilator. This has been so personal for her, and she's probably spent way more time on the bike, on the Peloton, than off of it. She's been here 18 hours. You know, this is such a personal battle for all of us and touches us in so many different ways. And I think that's why we've seen such a tremendous response from the community. And you know, as I said to Sarah, just make sure everybody knows how much our frontline healthcare workers mean to us, and you're making a difference. And we will, as a city, get through this because of our collective action, putting aside our self-interest for our collective interests, and that starts at community hospitals like Michael Garrett. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you. You know, you're absolutely right. It takes all of us to really get through this, and it is our physicians and our nursing staff and all of our healthcare providers, but it's everybody else as well in making sure that we curb this and we really do our part to ensure that we don't prolong this agony, frankly, right? I mean, I think everybody wants to get out there, especially when you look outside and you see how beautiful it is out there today with the gorgeous sunshine. Everybody wants to get out, and I think we're just going to have to hold on a little bit longer, and for everybody's good health. So
let's beat this
again.
once and for all.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you very much, Brad.
Thanks.
Love you.
Okay. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Bye.
We've got a couple minutes here. I would like to just say hi and express my gratitude. Say hi to a couple more folks who are on the call. Again, I apologize if the call dropped and then we had to relaunch with the new Zoom. But we got a bunch of people here, and we got a bunch of folks watching on the Facebook Live. So this is kind of the end of our journey. I don't know how many minutes are left. I guess 30 minutes to get after it and to come across the line together. We're going to be joined in a few minutes by Mayor Tory, who who again, huge supporter of Michael Garron Hospital, all the community hospitals in the city, and he has been so close to the work that our frontline workers are doing by virtue of the response from the city. We're all working very hard together to beat this thing once and for all, and he'll be joining us in just a few minutes. But I did want to take a few moments just to thank the folks who have been involved in this and made it happen. This was a large initiative that came together very, very quickly, and so there's a bunch of sponsors and people who got involved, and I just want to let you know about them. Our branding and graphics were done by local design firm Field Trip & Co., who came up with the Crush COVID branding, which I think worked fantastic. Earlier in the day, we heard from Peter, Mattia, and Salvatore from Elite Trainers. They joined us from Italy, talking about the situation over there. Afterwards, we had Alessandro, 2008 Road World Champion, who joined us from Italy as well. Our friends Alessandro and Joshua at Basso Bicycles, Tim and Ashley and Alex from Team Shimano Canada. I mentioned earlier, one of the riding participants is going to receive a new Laser G1 helmet, random draw, so you're all in it. New bucket, it's always nice, especially when we're getting back on the road, and the G1 just got ranked as the safest helmet on the market, so that was a nice gift. And they fundraised $1,000, and they're also matching $1 for every kilometer that Travis Samuel rides today, which is going to be north of 900, so very, very generous. Henry and Davide at La Bicicletta, they're giving away some Coup sunglasses. Coup had a team, Coup eyewear. You see that on the current world champion. Mads Peterson wears those shades, pretty pro. And La Bicicletta will be selecting a random winner from our riding participants as well. Great shop, big supporter of cycling advocacy, do a lot of work. Matt and Patrick from Endurance Tap. I've been just drinking maple syrup for 24 hours. Sits well in the stomach. Toronto guys, they live in Leslieville. Really cool company. We got Brian at Sea Sucker that makes racks. Roland from Raw Architecture. Steve and David Cowbell. Gordon Capern from Pellaire Roland. He's a friend. We do a lot of riding together. Fantastic guy. Big friend of the cycling community, as well as Enrico from Peloton Contracting. Longtime supporter of biking, getting people into racing. Suzanne and Noah at Velo Color, need no introduction. Jim, who has Fall Socks, they will be giving away a prize pack to a random selected recipient from the ride as well. East York Guide, Fall Socks, great refreshing beverage. Celeste and Jenna at Access Storage, and their fantastic matching gift as we finish on the ride, and Nick and Joe from Velotos. So we had a ton of partners from the cycling industry side as well that came together and gave us the ability to put this on, and we're very grateful. In terms of individual thanks, there's frankly too many people to thank, but I want to start with all of you. The response from Toronto cycling community, from Ontario cycling community, and abroad. I apologize, I don't have the list of the teams in front of me, but pretty much every Toronto club, I don't even want to name them because I'll miss them, but Lantern Rouge and Midweek and Lapdogs, Dig Deep Cycling, Beaches Cycling Club, Dornalis. There's so many. I'm sorry, there's so many, but all of you, and there's teams. Look at the team page. And then beyond Toronto, Dundas Valley Cycling, NCCH, Real Deal. Everybody got together for this, and I think that's what's so special. On the Toronto Hustle end, Sarah Holmes, Graham Rivers, Catherine Randall, my partner, they put in a tremendous amount of time to get this done. Derek Ivey with all the tech set up, all of the riders that worked as ride leaders. In my office, Gotta say thanks to Matt Hockey, who put the whole program together, did all of the comms, did all of the outreach, just amazing work. Mohammed in my office, Rusha Meehan. None of this would have happened without everyone's involvement. Travis Samuel for the world record attempt. It's just been amazing. Then we got the folks from Michael Garron Hospital. I've been working every day with Meredith, Brittany, Lindsay, Shannon, Mitze, Sarah Downey. You all know them and how important the work they do. All of our special guests, we had so many join us and really keep us motivated, which was fantastic. And then lastly, it's the people who are making the difference in the work that we're doing right now. That's everybody who's still on a trainer, everybody who joined us over the past 24 hours, whether it was 30 minutes or 24 hours, you all made an impact. And everyone who donated, more than $192,000. We are imminently going to hit $200,000, and I want to let you know right now that we just received an anonymous donation for $5,000 that will be matched by Access Storage, which means we're going to hit 200K. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I'm going to get emotional. I need to keep it together. So, and lastly, but most importantly, our frontline workers, the medical staff, the men and women of Michael Garron Hospital and community hospitals all over the city who don't have the option of staying home but show up in the face of this battle unlike anything we've ever seen before, put their lives on the line and do it because they're rising to the occasion and they know it needs to be done. So, with all of that said, I want to let you know that we have 33 minutes to go, and we have Mayor John Tory on the line to give us a few words of encouragement, to get us over the finish, to reflect on the journey we've been on for the past 24 hours. Gives me great pleasure to turn it over to you, Mr. Mayor, John Tory. Thanks for being here with us.
Hey, Brad. Well, the thanks are all to you. Yesterday I could see you, today I can't. I don't know why. If I got this technology better, I guess I'd be probably riding on the bike with you. But you're none the worse for wear, it would appear, in terms of listening to you. And I saw you on TV this morning. And of course, I'd seen you yesterday here on Zoom. And I just want to say thank you to you. You thanked everybody else. And that's great because they all deserve our thanks, especially the frontline workers who deserve our thanks every single day, just without exception. And that isn't just during pandemic time. That's during all the time. They do the same work, but it's just now under more stress that we've got more going to us. But I want to thank you because, for you to take this on and actually pull through, as it were, and to raise all that money, more than you planned on raising, but every penny is needed. And I guess we're not quite done yet. By my math, it's not always reliable. 192 plus 5 took us to 197. You did say there was a match. We'd love to get that extra $3,000 in the door before you get off that cycle in 20 minutes or so.
That's right. Yeah.
You are. What's that?
That's right. We want to get there.
Yeah, Brad. I'm sure we can get those donations coming in just while we speak and while you finish up. And I think the last 20 minutes are the most important ones and probably the toughest ones. I've never run a marathon. I'm sure you've run 25, but I gather it's the last little while that is probably the hardest. But Brad, you are. I got to know you when you were running for office in 2018. And I could see then you had a lot of energy. You were starting to show up for events, I think, in about 2013 to run for 2018. And you just worked your heart out in the community, and you got to know people, and you got to know the issues. And you've just carried on that way as a councillor, and this is further evidence of that. You didn't have to do this. You are doing it because your heart's in Michael Garron Hospital, your heart's in the community, and your heart is in trying to fight back this virus, which we're all trying to do. And I would just say take hope from what, to people that are watching, could you ask for a few words, take hope from what Brad is doing. Because we've got a little while left. We have to be minding our physical distancing and all that sort of thing. But there's a glimmer of hope. The numbers are starting to turn a bit, but we still have to sort of put in a couple of tough weeks of effort and maybe a bit more, even on a beautiful day like today. And Brad, I think, is what gives me inspiration that we can get through this together, because it's not just about something he's done that is superhuman in terms of his physical demands, and with all the team that he announced to back him up and all the other people participating. This is just about Brad. I mean, Brad would tell you it's all about Brad. No, he wouldn't. Just kidding. But, the whole team it is really the inspiration that goes with the whole community banding together to sort of fight this thing and fight it to the ground. And that's what we have to do. We have to do what we're told to fight it to the ground. I assure you the work is going on at the City Hall because I'm involved in it. Brad is too, to plan for the day, the happy day, the promised day when we can open the city back up again. And that'll be great for the people at Michael Garron Hospital too, because they can go back to doing what they do day in and day out, just looking after people, especially in the, the Eastern Toronto community. What do they call it? The heart of the East.
That's right.
It sure is that. I've been going there for years to different events and so on, supporting the hospital, and it has got a huge heart, and it is very much focused on and devoted to the community and the communities that it serves. And I just want to thank them again for that. So Brad, good on you. And no day off. You got to get back to work tomorrow morning. Say maybe 5 hours sleep. You should be good to go. You're a young man. And so we're going to expect you back on the trail tomorrow, fighting COVID-19 and serving communities like you do every day. But thank you and congratulations for what you've done and for motivating all these other people to ride with you and to raise all this money. It's money that will be well spent in the emergency fund for Michael Garron. And Michael Garron will keep doing its work as it always has for years and years and years.
Well, thanks very much, Mr. Mayor, and appreciate you being here. Those words of confidence and all your leadership.
And Catherine, by the way, Brad, Catherine is your I see her sending messages out to people thanking. She is your way better half. You do realize, of course, there is the chance you would have been elected if it wasn't for her. No chance. 0%
chance. No, I'm acutely aware of that every day. She'd be a lot better at this job than I am, but very lucky to have her and everyone's support. So thanks for being here, Mr. Mayor, and all your leadership on COVID-19. We've got brighter days ahead, and we're almost there. Okay, take care.
You too.
All right. 30 minutes to go. Got the Crush COVID signs going. We'll be joined by Brad. I also want to thank Barbie Rivers, who's there, top right corner on my screen, with her beautiful new baby, partner to Graham Rivers, who also did a ton of work and support and helped us get this done. So thank you very much, Barbie. The neighbor just showed up on my porch, Brian Bowen. Looks great. Offering words of encouragement. Had a bunch of neighbors stop by with signs and beers, and we're almost there. Amazing. We haven't had a chance to speak with Andrew Guido, and maybe he'd like to say a couple words and say hello. We'll go around the horn. This is kind of our last opportunity to do so. Andrew, you want to say hi to everyone?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Great. What a great ride. If I was in better shape, I'd be on that bike with you.
Well, thank you for all your support. You do a lot of work in the community in the East End, and very generous support of the hospital and Crush COVID campaign, and we're very grateful. We appreciate that.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to try and help in some small way. And what you're doing here with the community is just unbelievable, bringing us all together. It's the good of the bad. It's what brings us all together as humans, and we share a common experience like this, and I don't think we ever will forget this. We will get through it, everyone. There's no question that will happen, and congratulations to all the riders for pulling this all together. It's really inspirational.
Amazing. Thanks, Andrew. I don't know if we have Tim Hockey on the line. I don't know if Tim can hear us. Tim, you want to just say hi to everyone one more time before we finish this up?
You got me?
Yeah, we got you. How you doing?
So far, so good.
you're a guy who's put a lot of miles over the past 24 hours too. I was saying earlier, I was pretty surprised. Not a lot of folks signed up for out of nowhere the 4 a.m. leg, and you pretty much have just been riding since. So,
well, not quite. I don't take the credit.
Yeah, a lot of miles. So we had a tremendous response from Les Domestiques. Did some amazing fundraising as part of this campaign and for the hospital. Raised a lot of money.
We've got a group. See if I can show them on there. Hang on. Let's see. Well, what's up? Amazing what we've learned to do with Zoom, right? Can you see them?
Yeah, I can see them. So, what do you got there? 12, 15 or so domestiques riding into the finish right now.
Yeah, we've had the team riding pretty much, actually all the way through the night, which has been great. And I would think a lot of tired people now, but they're feeling pretty good about the amount of money that's been raised and about the cause. Obviously, this might be painful now, but 5 minutes after we're off the bike, all of our pain goes away.
That's right. That's a great way to look at it. Good perspective. We're almost there, and then we don't have to worry about this anymore. But the impact of the dollars raised and the work we've done together as a cycling community continues. So I just wanted to say thanks for all your support, the domestic support, and really helping us raise some money for this cause. We're very grateful.
Well, you're an inspiration to all of us there, Brad. Appreciate you putting this together. It's been a lot of work, I know, but unbelievable.
Thanks very much.
Let's go for the next 21 minutes and 53 seconds.
That's right.
Not a second more.
That's right. I'm okay with that. Perfect. Thanks, Tim.
All right, brother. See ya.
Alrighty. Awesome. So we are almost going to be, we've got Brad Soner coming into the call shortly, and he's going to take us over the line for the last 15 minutes. We've got Dr. Christopher Smith, who spoke with us in the middle of his ER shift last night at midnight, and then again this morning, at 8 or 9 a.m., still at the end of his shift. The guy works long hours, and it kind of looks like he's still in scrubs and still working. Chris, can we check in with you one last time? I think that would be really nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, I set myself the goal to do as many kilometers as I could during my shift. Coming in and out, getting paged. And then I said to my people who were donating to me, I said I'll do a minimum of 2 hours after my shift, but I'll go as long as I can. So here we are, almost 10 hours later, we're coming to the finish line, and I think it's a testament to all the people that I would thank, all my donors. I mean, I set my initial goal at 1,000, and within 25 minutes I was up over 1,000. Some email said you probably need to up your goal.
Right.
And I set it to 2,500, and last time I looked, it's almost 4,500. So it's I think it speaks to people's understanding of the place of a hospital and a community, two things together, and this is an event that kind of brings those two things together. And it has this COVID has brought everybody together. It's not just a hospital event; it's a community event, right? This has been a group effort, just like today. It's been everybody coming together, hospital, not hospital, people at home, on their bikes, indoors, staying away from the beautiful sunshine out the window, trying to stay on your own, and that takes a lot of effort. And I think you obviously tapped into that with this, because you also changed your target about 6 times, I think, and because people really understand that this is not just about a hospital raising money, it's about a community raising money for the things that we need. And so I can't even describe the appreciation I have for everybody that's both been on the bike all night. I think how many riders there were, like hundreds of riders. I don't know, Brad, how many riders do we have?
We have 400 riders.
That's unbelievable.
Right.
And then all the people, as Tory talked about, the people who support those riders, right? Like I've been counting on when I've not been in this Zoom chat. I've had my live feed with my kids and my family, and everybody else is kind of checking in just to kind of keep you going because you need that distraction. I'm sure we all did the same thing all night. It was the only thing gets in group. So every rider probably has 3, 4, 10 other people. You're talking thousands of people just supporting all these riders. And then all the donors, like 2,200 plus donors. So it's just an amazing kind of sample of what it's all about. So testament to all the work you did for putting together. And I'm proud to be part of this hospital, but also part of this community. I live and I work here. And I think it's a testament to all the things that the people in this community believe.
Well, thanks so much, Chris. We're here for you 100%. We know you're here for us 100%. We're very grateful. Cheers. Okay, how are we doing on the time? 5:42, 9 minutes. Ready. Is everybody feeling it? Feeling that finish line? Getting ready to go? See Steve and Dante still at it. This has got to be a big ride for you guys. You're a couple hours in. Dante's still hammering. Angio working hard. Join us on the ride. Got the Lantern Rouge crew. Still going after it. They got refreshment on the go, on the ready. Ready to start replenishing some of those carbs. We got Barbie up top. Beautiful new baby. Got Zahavi, who was keeping us company last night. Z's a friend of ours. And he was supporting the campaign and was just there with us when we were logging the miles late into the night. Michael Longfield, midweek cycling, legend, Cycle Toronto, Dennis Matthews, got Ryan, Brett Howell, probably a couple kids in tow, getting ready to go over the finish line. Stephanie, who's just been smashing the miles on the Peloton. Yash, who's been with us for many hours. Lisa's here. Davide Frattini. Lorianne Dornalis. Raphael, all the way from Calgary. Ben Baker, Toronto Hustle fam. Stephanie Ayu. Catherine Randall, of course. As Mayor Tory said, my much better half. Neil's up top. Feeling good. He's got the snapback. I like those. Jamie. James Eaton did a lot of riding with us too. Got a great contingent from Beaches Cycling. Derek Ivey, who master of the technical production. This is way beyond my ability to do a live stream. That happened because of Derek. We're gonna just check in on Facebook. A lot of love over there. Natalia's really excited about all the riders. Everyone's worked so hard. Angela, Todd McKay, Andrew Pinfold, Megan, Claire. Amazing ride, everyone. Cheryl Case, Todd McKay, Evan, Chris, Valerie, Shauna, Todd. A lot of love coming in right now. You guys should all feel that. Got some folks who aren't on camera, but I do want to acknowledge all the folks who weren't necessarily on the Zoom call, but have definitely been putting in the rides. Like I was saying, there was 400 different participants, 40 teams, more than 2,000 donors. that raised $200,000 for Crush COVID and frontline healthcare workers at Michael Garron Hospital. This is something that I will never forget, and I think when we look back at something that's been really challenging, we can all be really proud of how our community responded and how you were a part of that. And this will be a memory that we share together as a group of riders that saw this moment and decided it was an opportunity for impact, and were able to put in the time and the energy and raise those dollars for something that we know really matters. So I want to thank you all personally for that. We're all very grateful. So I'm going to see if we have wow. Are we able to go to him? Oh no. You're stuck with me. Okay, well, do we know that for sure? That's accurate. Travis Samuel is on track. He's on track for a world record 24-hour time distance. And yeah, let's see how that plays out. You know, there's been a lot of data and numbers thrown around. We cannot speak with him because he is not in a position to speak right now. I'm pretty sure he's chewing his stem. But the world record is 980 some odd kilometers, which is mind-blowing. So with that in mind, and I apologize, I guess we're going to watch my Zwift feed, but I'm probably by myself right now. But we have Brad Soner here to ring us in and to get everybody across the line so we can go back and forth between this group and Zwift. And for those of you who have watched bike racing or been at bike races, Brad Soner is the call of bike racing in North America. He does all the biggest events, all of the criteriums, Utah, California, the biggest races that this continent has seen. He's been the voice behind that, and he's joining us stateside. Responded to a reach out, and we're really lucky to have him here to help us get across the line. So
thank you, Brad. I appreciate the intro, but I think this is the biggest event that I've ever been a part of.
It's something, that's for sure.
So I was trying to find Travis Samuel earlier. I've been tracking his 24-hour attempt. I remember watching Ed Beal do it last year. I think he set the first Zwift record, or was the first one to attempt 24-hour Zwift.
And he's out on the course too, and I think he's smashing his old PR too. So they are dueling, and Bruce Bird is another powerhouse you probably are familiar with also. Sure. Multiple Grand Fondo world record, world championship winner. He's smashing too. So those three guys have, for the past day, for the past 24 hours, just been smashing, and I'm spinning at like 50 RPM right now. I'm not even looking at my screen, I'm barely moving, but to think about the power and the pedaling that they're doing right now to get those kind of numbers is incredible.
I don't think I've ever done anything for 24 hours, let alone ride a bike or ride a trainer. So you guys are unbelievably impressive. Hats off. I've been watching this all day, watching the live stream. It's been so cool seeing so many people coming in and out, you know, when they have a few hours here and there, joining in, coming back. It's awesome. You guys really created something cool, and now you guys are 10 minutes away from completing 24 hours of riding. That has got to feel good. I feel good for you. It's gonna feel amazing in 10 minutes for sure. Hey, so what's the first thing you're gonna do off the trainer, Brad? I'm curious. What, like, straight to the couch? What's your plan? Ice cream waiting?
The couch is right beside me. I got off for the final sort of washroom break, I guess, about 2 hours ago, and didn't feel good. Didn't feel good getting off the bike. Legs are pretty stiff, but I think we're all going to hit the sofa pretty soon and probably grab something cold to drink.
Yeah, it might not feel good for a while. It might take a while before you're back to normal. A small sacrifice to make for what our frontline responders are doing. I was looking at the website, over $200,346 now.
You know, when we started out, this was Chris, Dr. Smith had mentioned that the goal kept growing and evolving over the course of this fundraiser, and we didn't know what we were starting out, where we were going to finish, but because it's just a testament to how much respect and gratitude folks have for frontline healthcare workers and the work that they're doing in community hospitals right now. It really is amazing.
Well, that's what this is about. 8 minutes away, guys. I saw everyone on the Zoom call earlier when I logged in. It was cool seeing the multi-box of everyone riding. We got a ton of people on here riding, and cool experience for everyone to share this together. And you guys are going to be here for the moment where everyone hits the magic 6 o'clock hour, 24 hours on the bike for Brad. Did other people join you, Brad? Have you had, I mean, I know Travis and Ed and those guys. Were there other 24-hour riders with you?
There's been a few 24-hour riders. I think people were thinking about it. Not necessarily sure what everyone finished, but there's people who have put in huge hours. Like, 18 hours is as good as 24 hours. That's all a long day on the bike, and we've had a bunch of people who got on a trainer and a stationary bike just to do this, and putting in things like 6-hour rides. If you've never been on a trainer, like 30 minutes is a lot, and just hitting those PBs, people having doing record distances. There's a woman, Stephanie, who's been riding on her Peloton probably like 18 hours. She's been here way more than that, and that's a huge effort. When you think about these highly trained athletes, Ed, Travis, Bruce, they're smashing for 24 hours. That's a Herculean effort. But at the same time, for someone who's not trained to come out and do 6 hours or 8 hours or 10 hours over a day, that's a lot. And that's a big effort for them too.
I would say most, even the highest level athletes, most riders would have trouble doing a 24-hour ride. It's just a totally different thing. And to be able to get on a bike for the first time and even do an hour or 2 hours is huge. So shout out to everyone riding for the first time. That's awesome. I love seeing new people riding.
We had Alessandro Ballin, world champion for 2008, and Leah Kirchman on the call earlier, and they both said that this is not something that they had ever undertaken or gone for a ride this long. Downey, who raced a lot in Europe and did all the Belgian races, and the Vuelta, same thing. Never had a day this long in the saddle. He's on the call right now, so it is a box that's out there to be able to be checked, and I think just everyone signing up for this. I mean, it was so amazing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people probably signed up not knowing what they were signing up for, but you kind of got to push yourself to see your limit. So I hope everyone kind of reached some new limits today. Guys, I'm watching the official time. I got it up on my other screen over here. You are now exactly 5 minutes away from 24 hours of riding. So keep it up. Don't push too hard, though. You got to keep some in the tank. Like any good finish, you got to save some for the post-up. And then I want everyone to start thinking about their celebration, too. I'd like, if we can, to try and see everyone's box, and maybe we can all do a post-up together at 24 hours. So I'll count us down when we get there. But start thinking about what you want to do, and everyone what you want your post-up to be, because we're all going to do a group post-up together here.
Amazing. I love it. Brad, you've covered some of the biggest races in the sport. What do you think it is about cycling that brings people together like this? What is it about the cycling community?
It's the perfect shared experience. Anyone that's ever had that feeling of riding a bike and fallen in love with the feeling of going fast and feeling that bike underneath you, it's just an indescribable feeling. And once you've experienced it, it kind of brings you to a place that only someone who's experienced it can share. And so we can all share in that passion and that love that we get of being on a bike, and the feeling that we all chase when we go out to ride, even if it's on the trainer or when we finally get to go back outside again. It's the great uniter of that love for the bike. And I think everyone here, to even ride more than an hour on the trainer, you got to have at least a little love for the bike.
That's right, and I think an experience like this is something that, I was saying earlier, we're always going to share this group of riders, something that we're always going to have, and a memory we will have that's shared together amongst us.
And cycling is the perfect social sport too. I mean, what else do you get to spend it with your friends, whether it's virtual or in real life? It's a great thing to do together. It's a great way to bring people together, and obviously explore new things and see new things. And it's just perfect. It's the perfect thing to do. How can you not love cycling?
Amazing.
All right, 3 minutes, guys. I should have brought some champagne. I wish I had a bottle of champagne to celebrate with you guys for 24 hours. But
I think people have a lot of celebratory drinks probably after this one.
I'll crack something for you for sure, because you guys have earned it. So, Brad, I'm curious, looking back on the 24 hours, what do you think was your hardest hour of the 24? If you had to pick one where it was the toughest to push through, what was your hardest hour?
I think probably 6 hours in, 12 to 1, 1:30. I was just, you're still just kind of starting the ride in a way, and it's hard to get your head around that, like 25% at 6 hours is a positive thing, like a milestone. You're like, oh, and we have to do that 3 more times. And the stomach was just not feeling that good, but had an espresso at 2 a.m. first one of the day, and that was a game changer.
I would think the food would be really hard too. Riding 24 hours, trying to eat enough would be tough. You can't have a huge appetite when you're on the trainer for 24 hours.
Wow. We just got a message that Travis Samuel just did 9:88.
He did it.
With time to go. That's incredible.
Well, now he's going to push the record.
Sure, if the tank isn't empty, it's going to be empty pretty soon.
Wow. So I think that's a Guinness World Record. I think he's going to go down in the Guinness Book of World Records for holding the record for the longest 24-hour indoor bike ride here.
What a record. Unbelievable. That's amazing. That's incredible. He was having some dark moments early in the morning too.
All right, guys, we are coming up on 1 minute to 24 hours. It is 5:58:58.
Amazing.
Eastern Daylight Time here, so you're inside of 60 seconds. I don't know if I should encourage you to push to the finish, or if we're trying to empty the tank here, or if you should enjoy the ride into the finish. I hope you get a spin down at least a little bit and kind of coast into the line.
Awesome. Well, I think we'll pull it back to the square so we can see everyone. We can see those post-up celebrations. Only way to do it. Let's get those cameras turned on. Suzanne's got the cowbell going. Yash is taking a selfie. We're all ready. Yeah, we're all ready to go.
All right, we're inside 20 seconds. I'll count you down. From 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 24 hours!
Woo! Clapping, yay!
$100,346.73 raised.
Unbelievable.
Some champagne, I like it.
Oh, look at that. Jim's ready to go.
Jim has the champagne and the medal. Way to go, Jim.
That's the way to do it.
He's throwing your bike.
Why are you still meddling?
All my neighbors are outside. Thanks, everybody.
The worst part, I feel like with Brad or whatever, or anyone doing it,
Stop
this
meddling.
is not the whole 24 hours. Not very good.
everyone. Thank you so much. I've got all my neighbors out. There's a bunch of friends out on bikes and neighbors
How
out
many
in the
people are
street.
still pedaling here?
I'm cooling down after the 24. I can barely stand. Go save it. Yeah, oh my goodness. Brad, thank you so much for being here with us and taking us across the line. That was amazing. That was really nice.
Wow.
Appreciate that. Well, you did it, everyone. We got through it. We did the 200K, exceeded all our expectations, and we created a memory that we're always going to have and we're going to share together the rest of our lives. And I can't say enough. I am so grateful. I can't believe that we did this together, and you know, we'll never be able to offer enough thanks. So, thanks for doing this. Make sure everyone grabs something cold. Make sure you get the legs up, and that's it. We did it.
Michael Longfield says, gotta get a whole kilometer for the extra XP. I like it. Getting those Zwift points in. You must have racked up some massive Zwift points out there today. You guys are going to be next level on everyone's Zwift account.
Amazing. Do you want to say hi to everyone here? Sure. Okay. I'm going to say hi to my neighbors real quick. I'm going to give you Catherine, who's even better, to say hi to everyone.
Hi. You guys are all amazing. How happy is everyone to be done? Pretty happy. Thank you all so much for your support and for doing this with us. It's been incredible. I feel like I know everybody now, seeing your faces, which is amazing. It's been such a heartwarming experience and for such a good cause. What's everyone doing now? Does anyone have plans to get back on the bike tomorrow? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Yeah. Thank you again. We're going to sign off. Thank you so much for joining on this journey with us, for getting your friends, family, coworkers to donate, for putting in the time on the bike, and for giving back to our frontline healthcare workers. We're so appreciative. Thank you.
I want you to say something.
Thank you again. We're going to sign off. Thank you so much for joining on this journey with us.
Ready?
Friends, family, coworkers, donate, putting in the time on the site, and
3, 2.
so appreciative. Thank you.
Take a picture. Start over. Ready? Just take a picture. Okay. I want a video. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2. Okay, video time. Ready? We start first.